Khaled Rahime, welcome, sir.
Thank you
Welcome to the
very much.
podcast.
Thank you.
It's good to have you.
Happy to be here.
I heard a lot about you.
Yeah.
I wanted to have you on and discuss some of the things that you've been up to, because I kept hearing from some family members and a few others that you had some great music on iTunes that they played for me, which it was awesome, by the way. Great voice. And I thought we talk a little bit about music and how you got into it. And I know you're Lebanese.
Yep.
And your last name's Rahime, so you're definitely connected in the city. You got a big family out there.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, what got you into music in the beginning? Like, what was it? What was the initial thought?
Honestly, my family's very just like musically oriented. You know what I
So
mean?
the rest of your family's kind of like that.
My mom loves to sing. She has a beautiful voice. She'd be singing around the house all the time. My brothers all sing. One of them has a horrible voice. The other two,
Yeah,
they're pretty good singers. Oh yeah. So
we just gotta follow family tradition.
100%.
Right? So you can't just be the black sheep.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm the black sheep. 100%.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm the youngest.
Everybody
of 7.
says I'm the black sheep.
You?
But I'm the black sheep. I mean,
No,
I'm not saying everybody says they're the black sheep. Everybody says it.
Yeah, no, I'm the youngest of 7.
And they usually are, but
yeah, for sure, like as black as they come.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
How do you mean? Like musically, you're the black sheep?
Just everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like all my brothers and sisters were born, raised in Lebanon, right?
Yeah.
Lebanon. So,
How many brothers and sisters?
6.
Wow.
So I'm the youngest of 7.
That's a big family.
Yeah, big.
And you're the youngest of
crazy.
7.
Yep.
Okay.
The craziest one.
Right?
So, I mean, they're all university graduates. I was like suspended, expelled, police
like
at the house.
My family a little bit. Yeah, I never really went to university and did all that.
You know?
So everybody was into their education, their music, but you followed suit when it came to music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And when did you get into that? Like how? I know your family was into it, but when did you step in?
I started writing like poetry and music when I was about like 7 or 8 years old. I would just like draw on the back of tests and write poems and like tell the teacher I was done my test within 5 minutes because I didn't care for school. And probably by grade 8, I started to really, really write. And then I want to say 14 years old was the first time I actually went into a studio.
14?
My cousin bumped into a guy that worked for The Bounce at a nightclub.
Yeah.
And actually recorded me on her phone a week before, singing like some cheesy Kelly and Ryan from American Idol, the first season.
you want to replay that for us? What did it sound like? Just a little snippet.
I don't even remember, but it's those like cheesy fucking. Remember the movie from Justin to Kelly?
You're telling a story. We want to be a part of it.
I promise you.
What did it sound like?
I promise you, I don't remember.
Really?
All my life.
And she recorded it on a phone.
Yeah, she had on her like little flip Samsung phone. You know the Razors or Motorola.
Yeah.
So yeah, she showed him in the nightclub.
Yeah.
And
he liked it.
He liked my voice, met up with me, and then I showed up to the studio. Actually, I thought I was just meeting with him, but he wanted me to record right then and there. Just
like when you showed up here.
Right now.
Sorry about that. You're already late. What are you gonna do? Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no. So kind of how it started.
And that was at 14.
That was 14 turning 15.
So you never got involved with you sang around the house, obviously, with the family, of course, but you never went into any of the studios that they were in. I mean, did they take it
They
that
never,
far?
No.
So they never really aspired to do something
my mom would
with it?
always be singing, so I would kind of be singing too, right?
Okay.
But I grew up in the generation of like, I would literally, the first thing I'd do going home after school was lie and say I had no homework and watch MTV literally from the second I get home till when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And they'd yell at me they had to physically remove me from the TV, right?
Yeah.
But being the youngest and the best looking in the family, you'd get away with it.
You do, eh? Good. At least you took advantage of that. That's awesome. You started at 14 in the studio. When was it before you released anything? I mean, like some of the stuff we were listening to on iTunes was awesome. But when, like, is that your first of many, or am I just kind of being introduced to you?
No, I recorded quite a bit. But I mean, prior, like for artists, they were never allowed to release music on iTunes or Spotify or the big kind of major streaming services.
Yeah.
Till I want to say maybe 5-6 years ago. So I mean, I was recording quite a bit. I recorded when I was 15. By the time I was 15, 16, I released a song, and they actually put it on The Bounce at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't really spun for like a long period.
Yeah. But they put it out there.
Yeah, they put it out there, and then I started to book shows, and then I was recording quite a bit. I released physical copies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Of my music.
So you did it
I hustled that way. Yeah.
Like, yeah, the New York way.
Put them in the back of my trunk as soon as I was driving like an old school Acura, and just like sold them at any show I could.
Good for you,
you know what I mean?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You recorded your first CD. EP.
Yeah, so it's 4 songs.
Gotcha. And that was at 15.
Yep. 16 years old. By 16 I had it.
So you were
out.
Taking it pretty seriously around that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And your family obviously was right behind you, supporting
For the most part. I mean, like any parents, I was so bad in school, man.
Yeah, but yeah, so you were saying you're a bit of a badass, so they didn't really have many reasons to.
Yeah, like my two joys and like 2 things I always enjoyed was hairdressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like barbering and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Do you still do that?
I do. I actually own a salon in White Ave.
What's it called?
Anonymous.
I didn't even know
the same name as my album.
Yeah. So your album's called Anonymous.
Anonymous.
For those of you that want to tune in.
Stream it.
Yeah, stream it.
And my hair salon's called Anonymous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it a salon right on White Ave or just okay?
On White Ave.
What street?
101. A block off Gateway.
A block off Gateway.
So where Hudson's is, just a block over.
Anonymous.
Yeah. It'll be 2 years in January.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Mabruk.
Thank you.
You do anything besides women's hair or men's hair? Do you do beards? What do you offer there?
We do it all.
Yeah.
It's more men's and women's salon for sure. But we do like the modern day stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every fucking month it's a new trend or some shit. So
gotcha.
I have cool little staff that kind of, keep up to date. I feel old, man, working in a spot like that.
Yeah. You don't look old. So you're doing fine.
Thank you.
Your staff, are they the ones that take care of your shop or are you there?
No, I'm there a lot.
So if somebody wants to see you, you're pretty much there.
Yeah.
If you're not there, what are you doing?
I'm there my days off. I literally sit at my desk in between a client. I'm super busy, but I'll be writing my music. If you go to my desk right now, you'll find earphones and like a notepad. The second I get a chance to kind of just like sit for a bit. So it's a lot of work, but it's my stepping stone for my plan A, right? I call my shop a plan Z.
Hustle up. You obviously started at an early age and you haven't given up on it.
100%.
That's how you know it's your passion.
Yeah.
I mean, I let things like art go when I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got to 14, 15, I wasn't really paying any attention to it. Yeah. And it went on for years and years till my 30s. Yeah. And then I kind of dove back into it and it was just exciting again. Yeah. So that's good that you haven't, I mean, it doesn't seem like you're sick of it or you're wearing yourself out, but as long as you're striving towards something, you're passionate about it. I wish you luck, man.
Thank you.
I'll definitely stop by and check you out. Anonymous.
Anytime. Anonymous, yeah.
101.
It's the only black
and white
shop on the block. You can't miss it.
Who painted it for you?
I got painters to paint it.
You got any murals in there?
Any what? No. A few.
A few?
A few.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Got some
this super dope. You know who Rihanna is?
Yes.
Yeah.
The artist?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Palestinian girl?
Yeah, I don't know her
I have 2 pieces
personally,
of her art
but I know of her.
Yeah,
of course,
she's dope. I have 2 pieces of her art there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And she did those like right at the beginning, right when you got your shop going.
One of the pieces she drew prior, and she wanted to put it in like, a beauty shop, and when I opened, she gave it to me as a gift with another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Eddie's art?
No.
My brother?
No.
Oh man! After this podcast, I'll show you a couple.
Yeah,
just because it's a salon, and you'll see how Eddie's style sort of fits in there. Yeah. He would love to be a part of that. Yeah. Guaranteed, knowing him.
100%.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'll show it to you after. So you got into recording. So when was the first? I mean, you did release some stuff in 2015, 16. But when did you first make it to a stage where it definitely felt like a stepping stone? Was it when you got your first, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? Was it when you entered into iTunes?
I was bad with the YouTube thing. Mm-hmm. I'm still bad with the whole viral thing. Like I hire a team now with this whole new era that I'm working with.
You need to. I got a team.
100%. Yeah, you get nowhere without a team nowadays, right? People don't realize it's like a production.
But how are you supposed to do it?
Of course.
Working the hours you're working, there's no way you'd keep up.
100%. I want to say actually when I released my song, Onto the Bounce, and then I got booked to open for Sean Kingston.
And you did?
And I did. That was when I was 17.
Wow.
It was a sold out show, so I opened for him.
And you did this in Edmonton the whole time?
Yep. And then I just kept getting booked right after that, like to open for every other month I was opening for somebody.
Good
you know?
for you. And to this day, is that still the case?
Oh yeah. A couple months ago, I just opened for Tyga, and then I was booked to open for Cardi B. I was the only opener actually, but then she canceled.
She did.
'Cause she's pregnant. Yeah. So I mean, that was probably my biggest show I was booked to do.
But she already gave birth though.
Yeah, but this was before she announced it. She announced it about a month later, right?
Gotcha.
On Saturday Night Live.
Gotcha.
So
that might still be in the works, but maybe later.
I still have it in the bag.
Oh,
that's
okay.
when if they decide to rebook her, right?
So what do we get out of this? That's
right, backstage access.
Yeah, we get backstage. Not to meet her, man. I can't stand her. You can tell her I said that. She's a weird woman. But
she's a bit much, but I appreciate.
If she's helping you out, that's Shay.
100%.
I'm a fan.
I appreciate the hustle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I respect the hustle.
Like I said, I'm a fan. Just
I have to watch her like on lower volume.
Yeah. She's a bit brash.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So how did you get connected with that? Was it the same source that's been?
No, I met. I'm telling you, since I was young, I have the same mentality, which is like hustling. You know what I mean? Like a hustler's mentality. I'm just kind of like, people like focus on the money. A lot of people focus on the money aspect of things. Yeah. I just focus on like what's going to further me. You know what I mean?
But I think
I connect the dots.
Money comes with that.
Money does, but you won't. I don't think you can be successful like prioritizing, you know what I mean, your success on money as an artist. People
I don't think anybody should be defining their success based on how big their bank account is or how much money they have.
Or how much money they're going to make, right?
Well, because money is numbers, and numbers don't end. And if 100%. You're chasing the number is going to keep you behind it. So
100%.
If you get $1 million and you're not happy, you need 10. You're not happy, you need 20. You get to $1 billion, and you still got these guys waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning. So there must be a passion there, and you're just hoping the passion allows you to create a secure enough life, a meaningful enough life where you can continue doing what you're doing
100%.
and not have to worry about, where your next bill's going to get paid from and stuff like that. So
of course,
as long as that's happening, brother, I think that's the definition of success.
I mean, that's what I mean, right? Like when I used to do these shows, like when I did Kingston and it was a sold out show, I got paid, I think, $5 a ticket. Barely anything, from tickets I sold. And when I actually got that show, it wasn't just handed to me. I think I had to sell 100 tickets, if I remember, like physical copies that were at $35 a piece, which is a lot of tickets to sell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they said, if you sell these tickets, then you get to open. You know what I mean? And there was like 5 other people they offered it to. Yeah. So then only 3 of us got to kind of like sell our tickets and open. And then from there, you kind of same idea.
How big is your platform on social media? Like, do you have a good presence there? Sorry, is what I meant to say.
I had a great presence, and then I hate social media, man. So I kind of deleted the Instagram, the Facebook page at one point.
But I mean, if it's about your music, like for me, it's a lot to do with my art. Yeah. And that's really what I focused on. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think I'd have social media. Yeah. I mean, I would probably dabble in it, but it wouldn't be as everything to do with art I want to put out there. So that's what's driving me to kind of stay around. But as far as your presence on social media, if you got your music out there and people need to hear you, I need to find you. Yeah. These guys were telling me about you, but I couldn't find you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
my name is not like, it's not Khaled on like Instagram or anything like that.
Okay. Do you want to share with us what your name is so we can follow you?
Bad Boy Killa.
Bad Boy Killa. Just the way it's spelled? BADDBOIKILLA. My nickname's Killa. Because back in the day when we'd be like jamming at a party or like, you know what I mean? You'd come in and kill it.
100%. Yeah. I'd play like the most depressing music. I'm like, listen to my new song. And it's like the most, sad song. And everyone would be like, Killa. Like, Killa's here. So Killa kind of stuck with me. I fucking hated it growing up.
You did?
Oh, yeah. All my best friends would be like, Killa.
For a black sheep, that's badass.
Right? Bad Boy Killa.
So... your family nowadays are, since you've gotten a little bit more fame and more, publicity, and you're out there and it's generating not too much money to the point where you're Ya Latif, but you definitely are seeing progress. So how are they now with the support? Are they?
I think that now that they see how serious I've been about it, it's not that they were never supportive. Do you know what I'm saying? But when my dad came from not much and he like established himself really good. He knows the value of hard work.
Yeah.
when you have a kid that's saying, hey, I want to be a pop star, you know what I'm saying? Compared to going to university, I think I, as a parent, would be like, you know, dad. But I mean, from the beginning of time, my dad sat me down and said, dad, like, if this is what you want to do, you know, focus on what your other talent is that's going to make you money and pursue whatever you need to do. So he's always so supportive. I'm super blessed in the sense of having a family that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I go somewhere, my mom will be like hyping me up, you know, but to me, she'll be like, focus on work and blah, blah, blah. But anywhere I go, she'll be like, oh yeah, my son does this. Same with my dad. My dad, to my last show, bought 15 tickets. Showed up with like 5 of his friends, but he bought 15 tickets just to support me.
So he's, they're right behind you, man.
100%.
That's great.
Yeah. My mom's, it's crazy. You know Fadl Shakir?
No.
Lebanese singer. Huge singer.
In where? In
One of the most famous singers in Lebanon.
In Lebanon. Like, I probably have...
For sure you've heard of his stuff.
Killed his music many, many times in the car, but I
don't
have
listen
trouble
to
remembering their names. That's all it is. You as a singer probably take a little more pride in remembering, you know, what his name
100%.
is. But guaranteed I probably listen to
Huge singer. He's my mom's first cousin.
Oh, okay.
So she grew up being best friends with somebody and watched him go from being her best friend to literally becoming a world famous singer.
So she's already seen it.
She's seen it. So she's seen the good side and the bad side of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. At one point when I went to Toronto, I moved to Toronto at 21 years old when I got signed to management. I decided to move within a week. I sold my place. Let go of my place, sold my car. I went to Toronto, I think, with $5,000. You know what I mean? Everyone thought I was crazy, but I moved not knowing one person.
Yeah.
And then that day she told me the story and like the worry of how she watched her cousin. You know?
What year was this?
2012.
2012. Because I was there in 2006.
Yeah.
To 2000, almost 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Toronto's crazy. We were talking about it yesterday on the podcast.
Yeah.
Toronto's crazy.
Yeah.
So you did all that in 2012, and you came back?
I came back. I opened for Nelly 2 months prior, and then management approached me. They flew me down a couple of times for like 40 hours, 24 hours to record.
Yeah.
My demos ended up like going good, and I actually worked with a guy who was an A&R through EMI Records. And flew me out. They obviously, like any other management, promised you all these things. Showed up there, and buddy, the month I got there, they had another artist that got signed, and there was just 3 artists he had on his roster, and I was one of them. So of course, the singer that gets signed is their money maker, so that's a priority. So my recording time got cut. Things that were promised got cut. So I ended up being in Toronto, kind of thinking like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know, so. Month in, just hustled out there, met like producers on my own, recorded like crazy. And that's how I recorded Anonymous, actually. I worked on it for like 2.5 years. I wrote over 60 songs.
I was going to ask you, so how long does it take you to come up with a song from the beginning
5 minutes to like 5 hours.
So it varies.
Yeah.
Depends on how much flow you have that.
100%.
And the mindset.
If I'm angry or I'm feeling a type of way, 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the last song I put out, Leo. My most recent one, it was legit 5 minutes. I had the beat from my producer.
Yeah.
I came home with like no frills shopping bags. I put them on the counter, and while I was in the car, I was like, I came up with the hook.
Yeah.
Went to the thing. My friend was downstairs getting the groceries with me.
Yeah.
Swear to God, and he can attest to this. He came upstairs and had my earphones in, and I was like, yo, I just wrote a song right now. He's like, what? I was like, I just wrote Leo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it can happen that quick.
Back in the day, I told you, like, I'd roll up a blunt, 2, 3, sit in a park, and I was writing 4 or 5 songs easily. But nowadays, I don't blaze at all.
Yeah.
I can't smoke weed, so
you got too much going on.
Yeah.
You can't have an off day, especially with how fast you're going, how hard you're going.
So, yeah, man, it's all on how I feel, you know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Happy,
See, for
sad.
me, it's different.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing a painting and I'm in a bad mood or something, I can't paint. It's weird.
No.
So it's funny that you take that into a creative spin and really mash it, where me, I stay away from it. Not that I don't want to face it. I don't feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just if my mindset's not there, I'm painting out of anger, I've had a long day or a rough day or can't concentrate. Like there's times where I start painting and like 8-9 hours later I realize I haven't turned on any music, which is weird because I love music. That's why I have you on here, you know. And I realize I've been painting the whole time and I haven't really listen to anything because my focus is there. But if I'm off focus and there's too much that I want to distract me, whether putting on the right song or get into it, I just feel like it's obviously not working. I'll do it on a
it has to come organically, right?
But that's different with you. The fact that sometimes when you're angry is when you create your best music.
You know what I think it is for artists? I think, and maybe you can agree to this. I feel like people that do any sort of art, we're in our heads a lot. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And especially coming from like the community we do, or like, you know what I mean? A community that's more judgmental, or not necessarily where music or being an artist or drawing or doing something outside the norm of being like a doctor or a lawyer or something to do with business. Yeah. You get in your head in the sense of.
You're capable of so much.
100%.
Yeah.
And even doing your art or music is still, you know what I mean? Something huge, and you can be successful doing so. But it falls back to getting into your head, where to me, I can have that day where I'm feeling like sad or angry or super happy and express it into my art. And that's how I release my feelings into the universe. You know what I'm saying?
True. I agree.
It's kind of like a diary you write to the world, and everybody's going to hear it and think it's about this, but it can be completely, you know, that's the interesting part of it.
Hell yeah. I would love to use the excuse that because, let's say I would paint, that it wouldn't be the same approach, but it should be. Because my painting would just express how I'm feeling. But because I'm at that stage where I still feel like a beginner and I'm still challenging myself, I haven't gotten to that point where I can take anger and mash it up into a crazy painting because I'm too focused on trying to make it look a certain way. I'm not being free.
Of course.
So I'm sure with you, when you were a singer back in the day, you were more controlling of your music. Now you can sit in a car, hash it out in 5 minutes and be like, I'm not changing it. I got my hook. I'm ready to go. 100%.
Because I used to doubt myself. I used to think back in the day, what do people want to hear? What's going to make me, you know what I mean? You're young.
Yeah,
you hear all these things in your ear.
Yeah, what's going to draw the attention?
Yeah, what's going to get me on the radio, a show, or this or that. Where now, it's weird we're talking about this because I just had this epiphany yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a Facebook memory pop up, and it was my show, my album release show. And I went in.
From when? How long ago?
A year ago.
So that must have been a crazy birthday because your birthday's on Saturday, right?
It was Saturday, yeah.
So you did
but I did my album release on a Thursday.
But this was last year around the time of your birthday.
Exactly.
So it must have been a crazy fucking
100%.
Birthday. Okay.
So I went into a show expecting maybe like 50 people. You know what I mean? And I went in and we like sold out the place. You know what I mean? From album release. So then when this memory popped up, I just reflected on like back in the day where I was so worried about what people thought, where with Anonymous, I wrote so organically. Yeah. You know, I had 60 songs I written, half of them I scrapped. I didn't even go back to the drawing board for those because those were, you know, radio, poppy, stuff that I didn't really stand by. Yeah. And then I picked 9 songs out of these 60. I could have picked 20, but I picked 9. Yeah. And it was my most streamed, most popular album and music to date, you know?
I think people just know when it feels raw. You know what I mean?
100%.
When it feels real, especially when it comes to your music.
Yeah.
So, see, same thing with any kind of art. I think you start off a little more hesitant, a little more. All of us. When I started painting, I think I'd use 3 colors and 2 brushes, and that was like my limit. I felt like that's what I needed around me. Yeah. But the more you challenge yourself, you end up. And fast forward 2 years, you got tools beside you. You got different kind of brushes. You're using like
you're
things that you've never.
Point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're challenging yourself. You're testing yourself, and I think you need to do that to grow. Whether 100%. It's painting, music, whatever. I think that the challenge has to be there. Otherwise, it gets real boring, really fast. Yeah. You know,
it's
so
healthy.
I'm glad it's not there for you yet.
Yeah. No, man, it's healthy, and you need those days of doubt, right?
Yeah.
People don't understand that. Like, I appreciate me as an artist. I need those bad days. I need those heartbreaks. I need those like days that fuck me up where I don't talk to anybody for 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? I need those to like put fuel to my fire. You know what I'm saying? You need those doors to close in your face. You need those no's. Yeah. It just kind of, then you stop being so hesitant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I had an art team, working with me, and there were times where I'd get a phone call and they would ask me, I'm feeling off today. I can't paint. I don't know what's wrong. She'll be in the middle of a painting and she won't know what to do. And my response is always the same. Like it happens. You don't have to paint every day. If you don't feel it, just don't do it. Because you're going to end up hating that that painting for years to come if you're just not in the right mindset. So people forget that it's okay to have an off day. It's okay not to feel like it sometimes.
100%.
Like I'll walk by my studio. I mean, since we started this podcast, I've had way less time to paint. But even now, I'm like, man, I want to paint some more because I do have something going on, and I'm just doing it less, and I feel like I'm obligated to because I need to. But you have things that happen. You got days that you don't 100%. Feel like it, or weeks that go by where you're just in focusing on something else like this. Yeah. So you have to be in the right mindset to do it. When's your next show? Do you have a date on what's coming up next?
I have I'm headlining a show actually December 15.
Where?
The Old Needle. It's called The Station. It's where I had my birthday show.
Where is that?
Jasper Ave, next to Rocky Mountain House. And it's a music venue.
Because where Needle is now is Jasper Ave and in between 107 and 108?
105.
Or 106 and 105 or something like
that?
Okay. So where's that? Where's the old place?
Same place.
Oh, so that is the
place. They closed it down because of like some...
technicality.
Yeah.
So now it's called...
We use that word, yeah. And then
that's fine. We're not
now they
just under the bus here. What's it called
now? Station on Jasper. So I'm headlining there. I get so many like opportunities to do shows, but I've been recording a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to do something, focus on that,
And you're headlining for
my own show.
And what's the show called? Do you have a name for it?
No, I'm just headlining.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is going to be on social media. Like, how do people get tickets? Do they?
We're announcing it Friday, tomorrow, or after tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's online, and then a lot of the time it gets kind of sold out with people coming through the doors, right?
Yeah.
I have actually a super dope artist named Lauren who's opening.
Yeah.
She's headlining the smaller stage, and then Mercedes is joining me. She's opening, and another girl named Amber, and Janine, I believe, is another girl's name. So they're super dope artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to create like a community right now with like artists and gain each other's fans and kind of,
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, you kind of don't make it without a team. Especially Edmonton, where it's not musically oriented. You kind of want to join forces and collab to kind of make something this big turn that
There's
big.
no way you'd make it as far as you did if you hadn't collaborated with a few people
100%.
or mixed up with a crowd that is into the same thing that you're into. You
100%.
Need that. You never know what the person's going to tell you that, is going to change the course of your life or your career. A simple handshake, a hello, an introduction, or a party. But,
I agree.
So do we have some tickets set aside for us to go? Or
of course.
I think
100%. I'm serious.
I know 100%. Eddie would want to come for sure. Yeah. He was the one pumping you up.
Yeah.
You got to meet this guy. You got to check out his music. So yesterday when I was at his house, he had it on iTunes.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that was you. I was like, that's not him. He's like, he's got this, that thing in your voice that you got. So anyways, since we're on that topic of voice, maybe you could drop a bar for us. Like
drop a bar?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
I don't have any. I love all kinds of music. I'm not.
I'm a Libra man, so when people ask me this, I'm like thinking of like 20, 30 different songs in my head. You're asking a Libra. I'm the most indecisive. Fucking.
Is there something you're going to be playing at the show that you can sing? You can do.
Oh yeah, my whole catalog gonna have like a whole bunch of new material that I'm dropping. I actually drop one on the 19th called Scars. It's a bit fast to sing, so maybe I'll like sing a slow one or something.
Yeah, sing a slow one.
A slow one.
So that meeting that you had where somebody recorded your voice on their cell phone.
I didn't know about that.
I know, but maybe give us a new version of that because now we're fast.
This guy's still on the topic. I
promise
you on our new friendship that I don't even remember it.
Okay, but
all
you
I know
said
is
it was corny and you didn't like it.
All I remember was from that movie from Justin to Kelly, and I only remember it because I was obsessed with American Idol, right? But I can't even tell you what the title was,
Okay, so if that was corny, you don't remember it, you kind of think you know what movie
I knew it was amazing at the time.
Oh, so it was good. So I want you to give me the equivalent of that. Of course, I was a kid. What do you mean? You want me to take out my phone and record you? I want you to give me the equivalent of that. Record him. It's being fucking recorded.
Right? The camera's everywhere.
I'm a bright guy. And you can take your time. And you can have another sip of water. I know how vocal cords must work with you guys.
I mean, fuck, I'm not singing the whole song, am I?
No.
Just a little bit.
We don't got time. It's so rude. Right? That's not what I meant. I mean, we want to move on to other things.
Yeah, right? You're like, do this quick.
But we want to hear it.
Do
I need to create a drum roll for you?
Sure, let's do that.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not musically
bum,
inclined.
Yeah, no.
Boom, boom, that's what you want me to do? No, I can.
Let's do this. Can I go into my notes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sure.
My notes are all lyrics.
Yeah.
Songs.
We're down.
You're down?
We are down.
Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. I'm a weirdo, I'm telling you.
We like weirdos. We called this podcast the Beehive. How weird is that? That's strange all on its own.
The what?
The Beehive.
The Beehive.
You knew you were on the Beehive.
No.
No?
I mean, yeah, of course.
So you're being yourself for no reason? That's why
Beehive.
The bzzz.
I get it.
Beehive.
I thought maybe it's like a Beyonce reference.
No. Why does everybody say that?
Beehive.
I love Beyonce though.
I'm not crazy about her.
Really?
No.
Have you met her?
No.
No?
Rihanna, I have.
What if she gets to open up for you? Or open up?
She probably will open up
One
for
day.
me. If I allow her to. If I allow Beyonce
yeah,
to open up
if
for
she
me.
wanted you to open up for her, would you be down?
She'd have to take me out for a nice dinner
Wow.
and negotiate.
That would never happen.
She has to
Jay-Z
I
would
want that production, then I'm good.
Jay-Z would let that happen. I bet you met Rihanna.
Beat my ass. Yeah.
How was that? Like in
She's
private, backstage? Was it just
Actually, it was funny.
In a show?
I used to floor manage a bar beside my house because one of my friends managed it and he was away. So he asked me, because I had like a serving license. Mm-hmm. So he asked me to manage it for 3 weeks. That was the week she was in town for the Diamonds tour. So her team came in, her dancers and her best friend. So everyone but her.
So that was like a year ago.
No, this was...
No, that was...
this was like 5 years ago.
6 years ago.
Diamonds tour.
But she's been here since then.
Last tour. Yeah, which
was
I took her out here.
2-3 years ago?
Yep.
Okay,
it was not last 420, the year before.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Okay.
Yep.
And you took her out then?
Yep. I took her out downtown.
Friends.
We went clubbing.
Friends.
Yeah, I became
You're in the friend zone with Rihanna.
She remembered me, so that was cool. I became super good friends with
You're
her
a
hairdresser.
memorable person.
Right. Well, thanks.
I don't know if I said that.
No, it's totally her hairdresser. He's my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I met her dancers and then connected with one. Her name's Michelle. She's from LA.
Yeah.
And she took my number and then the next day messaged me asking where they can get weed in Calgary because they were there for 3 days.
Rihanna doesn't smoke weed.
Buddy, I smoked so much weed. I've never been more high in my life.
Really?
All my life.
How many joints were they passing around?
There wasn't joints. It was all blunts. You know, I'm not lying to you. There's 4 friends.
Louisville sluggers passing them around.
Buddy, her tour bus driver legit told us with the dancers that he's on Snoop Dogg's tour. He's smelled way more weed than Snoop Dogg's tour.
Yeah, she probably reeks of weed. Does she smell like weed?
Not at all.
Not at all.
She smells like magic.
Oh, 100%.
Rihanna's sexy as hell though.
100%.
Like when I seen her, she looked like fake. You know what I mean?
Really?
Fake.
Is that like a
tall, airbrushed? She's in like funky clothing, super nice. She didn't even talk to me the first second she see me.
Yeah.
She was just standing in a big furry orange jacket.
Yeah.
And like passing me the blunt, and I sat there like.
Well, that's the biggest sign of respect, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sharing the blunt.
Like if I had,
so I was hoping my lips were dry.
If I had to choose between a look from Rihanna and her passing me a joint, I would take that joint.
100%.
Because that means that there's a connection there, you know. But just a look or a hello.
No, she was dope. Like I said, I was like praying to God that my lips weren't wet, right? Because we were drinking, so I was like, oh my God. So when I passed it back, she took it. I was like, okay, it's cool.
I think her lips
it was a long
yours.
Night. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'd be worried about her lips being wet. What the fuck?
Right? Yeah, no, she's next level.
So you met her twice when she was here?
We hung out in Calgary for like 3 days.
Wow.
Well, 2 days, third day they left.
How was it hanging out with her? Where'd she want to go? What'd she want to...
First night we went to the club, it was Coliseum. Then we went to...
Coliseum's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was crazy because like you'd forget that people are all lined up behind a rope. You know what I mean? And we're all blazing. Police were there. They didn't give a fuck. And you'd forget like why people are staring at you. You know what I mean? You get almost offended. Then you're like, okay. So you think you're cool. You're part of Rihanna's crew.
You're passing a joint to Rihanna.
100%.
Looking at you. It's like, what? Oh, yeah.
Right. And then you're trying to be like cool, like stand beside people. You're like, are you going to ask me for a picture? But no one cares. They're just trying to push you out of the way. And then
photo bomb the shit out of that.
100%, you know, like trying to get your right angle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and then we went to I thought for sure that's the only time I'm ever gonna see this girl. No one's gonna believe it, even though I was with my 3 friends.
Yeah,
we're like, for sure, no one's gonna believe this.
but you weren't taking pictures. You weren't doing
No, and
selfie
the funny thing
thing.
is, I asked Michelle.
Yeah.
Because I thought for sure I'm never seeing her again. So I was like, yo, is it bad if I ask her for a picture? Because she's cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, not if you're gonna. She's like, I wouldn't do that if you're gonna hang around with us, you know. So we're like, okay. And then we ended up going from that nightclub to the strip club till 5 a.m. And we sat around like this round table, legit, and just blazed. I sat actually right next to her. And then her hairdresser was right here.
So is she blazing a lot before she goes on stage? Is she that kind of performer?
100%.
Like just goes right into
we drove with
Cheech and
$900 worth of weed. We picked up $900 in my trunk.
What does
I should be saying
$900
this
worth
on,
of
like,
weed
vlog.
looks like?
A lot of weed that'll get you fucking arrested.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. So I'm tripping, you know.
Enough to put you in cuffs.
Yeah. So we went to I remember that her assistant came out in like this hoodie and like grabbed the weed, and I knew it was off my hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Took the money.
Yeah.
But I'm not a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But you're Rihanna's drug dealer.
100%. Right? Who can say they gave Rihanna $900 worth of weed? Well, her assistant.
I want to be Rihanna's drug dealer.
100%. I'd totally do it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Is it special weed that they get?
No.
No. Just regular weed.
Regular.
None of that other shit.
No Cocoa Puffs. No nothing.
No nothing.
No. Yeah. Went to strip club. Next day we went to the mall, and then we went out to eat. They took us out to eat, and then we got to go to her tour. My Facebook is like bombarded with the pass, the tour bus, the dressing room, backstage, the crowd, everything but a picture with Rihanna. And I'm happy I didn't do that.
But that's how you know that you had a good night.
100%.
Some of the best nights I've had, I don't take a single picture.
100%.
When I post 2-3 pictures of a night out, yeah, you're like, Omar was miserable. He was just trying to pretend.
Yeah, and I'm not a person
happy.
that posts things like, if you go on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Like right now, my social media, I'm always like, fuck, I want to delete it.
I would rather post a piece of art than my fucking ugly face.
So it was cool.
So you connected with Rihanna, and on that, in that 3-day hangout that you guys did in Calgary, is that when you sort of solidified opening up for her soon? Is that when you sort of did you discuss anything like that?
I never wanted to come across. Yusuf knew I did music because he followed me on social media.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then my one friend Nastasia, who's a fucking amazing artist, she's on my album.
Yeah.
She hustles too, just as much. So you know, she was playing her music for the dancers and showing them her shit, and they were like all into it, and you know what I mean, jamming out. But I just took a different approach in the sense of because I actually built a solid friendship with Yusuf.
Yeah.
So I wasn't raised to kind of be.
And he's one of her backup singers.
He's her best friend. He's her hairdresser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
But that's always the case whenever you're confronted or you're put in a situation where you know, you want to go out of your element and kind of take photos and things like that, but you have such a good connection with him, and he's her best friend and hairstylist, that you almost don't need that.
100%.
You're gonna have the real thing around you. Enjoy
100%.
it. Well, why snap pictures?
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you tell people the story. Not you don't blabber it out because it's nobody's business really.
Yeah.
But it was fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. You post a few pics, word of mouth. People are like, oh, no, it never happened. But why I didn't take pictures and why it works, it's because then the second time around they came to Edmonton, I was the first person Yusuf hit up.
Yeah.
So I got to go out clubbing with Rihanna and see every motherfucker that said we didn't know Rihanna.
Yeah.
Right? We went out clubbing and we just like had a night out till like 4 a.m. downtown. So it was dope.
So are you planning to open up for her in the future?
Hell no.
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 Why?
There's no way.
You wouldn't be able to?
People of that caliber selling out stadiums, you can't open for people like that.
No?
No.
So
Cardi, where it's like 10,000 people crowds at like a Shaw or
Cardi
like
would only
something.
do 10,000?
That's what she was doing.
Oh. Okay.
I think it was between 8 and 10.
But since then, it's probably like recently, we're probably at.
Yeah, but Cardi now, she was going to open up for Bruno Mars, right?
Yeah.
But she's still so new in her career that there's no way she can sell out a stadium. She's amazing in the sense of like her numbers
really
don't
fast,
lie.
though.
100%.
Her numbers are crazy now.
But to sell out stadiums consecutively, like world tours are a lot of money, a lot of production, a lot of people's bread.
And you got that booked with her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the promoters.
Yeah, like
100%.
You got that in the bag.
Yeah, the promoter told me like if it ever happens again, for sure I have it because man, I hustled that shit. Right. I was in rehearsals when I found out it got canceled.
So,
So
when do you think that'll come around again? Is that
I have
something?
no idea.
Okay.
Especially now that she's blowing up, her price probably just went up.
So, but I mean, what's in the bag's in the bag.
Yeah.
No? Is that
Oh,
not
in
how it
terms of
works?
she comes back for sure. But
Yeah.
when they're gonna do it, I have no idea.
But
I know
what's-
they're in a tiffy about it because
Okay.
she went on social media saying like she wasn't booked to come to Edmonton, but they had already
Ooh.
given, and
So
then she
now she's
deleted
got-
it right away. So then the company tried to sue her. So I don't know if they're in good
Oh.
standing, you know.
So the city of Edmonton's trying to sue Cardi B, and no wonder
People
she's
from
like-
the city of Edmonton. So I don't know.
Well, if she does come back, which I'm sure might happen in the future, I hope you get to open
Inshallah,
up
yeah.
for her, man. We'll be there to support.
Thank you.
So you feel Edmonton is a good home base for your career and everything you started, or do you still feel the need that you need to end up in Vancouver or back in Toronto? Like, what's your next big move after you celebrate your birthday?
I'm trying to dominate my after celebrating
Yeah,
my
after.
birthday. After going to Wendy's on my birthday.
Yeah, you never know. People make their goals on their birthday at
Right.
Wendy's.
I'm not one of those. My goals have been the same, man, since I was like a little shit.
But you
It's
can
weird.
tell.
I don't look at it like everyone always asks me that question. I don't look at it as needing to move anywhere else because right now music more than ever has been so universal, right?
Yeah.
It's always been a universal thing.
Yeah.
But nowadays you can come from the smallest town in Texas, and as long as your material and your work is good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all around the world.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah, and then that's how you kind of get. So I know with a lot of labels, and I've been told the same thing since I was literally 14, doing scouting things. The first thing labels ask you is, have you dominated your city? Like, does your city support you? Are you on your, does your radio play you? Do you do shows? Like, how many people, if you
That
can't
seems to
sell
be
out,
pretty obvious, though, that you would want somebody that's
dominated their city.
It's kind of like let's go even further back. Let's say you're somebody that wants to make it in the music industry, but you don't have the support of your parents.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what does that say about you? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I hear about your dad buying 15 tickets and being front row and supporting you,
Yeah.
that's the first sign of belief, because the man that gave you birth is right there
Believe
behind
in-
you.
yeah.
And then you got your community, then you got your city, then you get your
100%.
country, and then you get, you know what I mean, worldwide fame, inshallah, in the future.
Yeah.
But I feel like it all just goes back to how you're supported at the very, essence of things,
Yeah.
So I think
Agreed.
that's a common thing that they should ask, like, hey, how does your
It makes
city
sense,
feel
right?
about you?
Yeah, if your city doesn't support you, like, why is the rest of the world going to support you, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
It's hard, like, radio stations. I've been going back and forth, actually, this week with the radio station. It's like, radio stations are the hardest thing to have as an artist locally to support you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're so stuck in the top 40 Billboard. Top 40. They have to play competitive music to compete with their competitors, right? Because every radio station wants to be the number one radio station in the city.
So what radio station do you
So-
think in Edmonton, in your experience, supports local
None.
artists the most?
None. I'm literally in email as we speak right now. Before I came and seen you, I sent 2 emails off. I've been discussing for a week and a half because I'm getting the responses that
You're a pioneer in all this. You wanna change it when it comes to Edmonton.
100%. I asked them to meet with them. Like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got told, like, my new song that I'm putting out from one radio station. I'm in talks with another right now that's going really good, knock on wood. But another radio station, the guy told me, the song is super good. Like, it's competitive. I can hear it competing with, he said, Alicia Cara and The Weeknd and Shawn Mendes, like, kind of music.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like, we can't play local radio. So I'm like, why wouldn't you just lie to me and say that you don't like it? You know, how are you going to tell an artist that, like, if you're working
Well,
in that field,
why don't we put something together where we got? I can start off a radio station for you.
100%.
When you're listening to the best of the oldies, you're
On
listening to on Beehive. But I mean, we can
99.9 Beehive.
yeah, we can start something like that. I think you could do it on your own. I think you have enough support, and
You could,
if
but
having
I mean-
a podcast has shown us how easy you can get things out there, and as long as you got the content, and
Yeah.
in your case, as long as you got the music,
Yeah.
I think you could reach an audience that's worthy of competing with any radio station in the city.
100% you could.
But,
They used to back in the day. I think it was the Bounce. They used to support, like, local music, like, for a tiny, quick,
And there's just
I
not
just have-
much behind it.
No.
that-
And I had my music spun because the radio DJ believed in my music. A guy that used to work for them literally said, yeah, I like your music. You're young and motivated. I'm going to play it for you. And he got the audience to vote in the morning show. Hey, do you like the song? And if it was a higher percentage of keeping it, they kept it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where nowadays you can literally have the best production. Like I went to Montreal and wrote my music very recently for this new album I'm working on. And I got like top of the line, like beat makers and producers. Like I pay a lot of money from my pocket to do this.
Yeah.
And then to be told, hey, your production's there and it sounds great and it could be competitive, but we can't play it. You know what I mean? So I mean,
It's crazy, man. I heard you. I'm telling you, I heard your music yesterday, and it blew me away. It was unreal, unreal. Like,
see, I look at that old music now, and I feel like it's nothing compared to my new music. You know what I mean?
Show me a painting I did 2 years ago. I'm like, man, hide that thing. Why do you keep showing it off?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But it's a progress.
Yeah,
like it's growth,
of course.
You know, and if you don't believe in you and
all of your art, no matter what you're doing,
100%. I could have taken that email today when I got it and been like, yeah, okay. Or I could speak my mind and tell them I'm not coming from a bad place, which I did, and try to change that.
Yeah.
But you have to be aggressive with what you want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You can't just fall in line with everybody else. So I'm almost refusing to, because I believe that much in this like material, you know? So if they said it's already good and people are telling me it's, you know, sounds like it can compete with this, I'm already one step ahead rather than being told, hey, it's not good. But it's fucked up how it works, you know?
Yeah.
Legit people in that power, and I tried to explain to them, people in that authority who obviously work at radio stations or work at labels or work at places where they have the opportunities to open doors for people that have been open for them, because they of course you genuinely love music if you're working in the field of music, you know what I mean, you appreciate it. So to not give local artists, and I'm just saying me, there's 1,000,001 artists that I think are way more talented than me, whose production value are amazing, where I even hear them and I'm like, yo, I need to step my game up, right? It's like healthy competition, that they don't even give those people a chance. And we're sitting here opening shows and, you know, opening for artists, selling shows. 2 weeks ago, they were talking about me on the radio. I had the radio playing and I heard it. They were talking about the View Weekly thing that I won. You know what I'm saying?
The same radio station.
The same exact radio station.
Local music.
The same. And I explained it to them like 2 weeks ago. Your DJs were like, one of the DJs was saying he heard my music and it was dope.
So you're talking about it, but you're not putting it out there.
100%. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of a teaser. Kind of sad.
Yeah. So it's aggravating. It's disheartening to like hear from your. So I mean, we'll see.
But I mean, you've been going at it for so long. You made so many connections.
Yeah.
And obviously, doors have opened up for you. And it seems like you're the kind of guy that's taking advantage of his opportunities.
You have to.
And that's more than you could say about most people chasing their goal.
I've
had many opportunities, but I could probably sit here and tell you about a handful that I just either passed or didn't make that call, or didn't approach the right way, or wasn't aggressive enough. So we all have those opportunities no matter what we do. So it seems like you're taking advantage of them. It seems like you're on your way to big things, especially because you got such a, successful salon backing you up that you've been at for a couple of years. So, I mean, you definitely have the support of me and everybody that probably hear you, because I've never met you before, but I heard a lot about you. I can't wait for your next show. And you said it was in December?
December 15.
December 15.
Yeah.
And that's at the Old Needle.
The Old Needle.
The Old Needle. That's on Jasper Ave, for those of you who don't know, and it's between 105 Street and 106 Street on the north side of the avenue. Yeah. Beautiful place. Yeah. Because I've been in there and I went to the very back where the stage actually is, and it opens up, because when you first walk in, you're like, ain't nobody singing in here. Where are they singing? Yeah. Like, where's everybody gonna sit?
So that's the main stage, and then the other one is the small stage. Yeah.
And then you go across into the other room. It's totally different. A couple of my friends were DJing there, Nudie and Bill.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that was the first time I went to that show, and they were playing it, and it was awesome. It was an awesome room.
It's dope.
I had fun.
It's a good vibe, right?
And that was December 15th.
December 15th.
Is that on a Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah, we made sure it's a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, make sure you got a couple of tickets on the side for me. I'd love to join
100%. You. Yeah, 100%.
If you don't mind, I would love to have you back on the podcast, and talking about whatever the hell you want to talk about. But I'm not going to let you go without singing. So you got to give us something, even if it's like on our way out. But I want to hear you, because I heard you yesterday, and I just don't believe that's you. I think it's fucking fake. Just kidding.
Imagine it's all auto-tune.
Right? Yeah, we don't have the same voice.
Right?
So take your time, but I do want to hear something.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, ready?
We're not ending the podcast, by the way.
You're not ending it.
No.
So I'm singing right now.
This is too good of a conversation.
All right.
So we're just, it's just on the fly. I didn't want you to forget about it, and then you leave here, and I'm like, that son of a...
He's all fake.
Didn't sing.
It's not even me. What is it, Milli Vanilli? When they used to...
Gone.
Right. Okay,
Never
I'll
heard
sing
of it.
something.
Yeah. Would you like some vocalies?
I'm okay, I think.
Yeah, you don't like.
You really want to give me
vocalese.
some hate? I'll have some.
Everybody loves this vocalese
Here, I'll
except
have
you.
some.
It's a vocal ease throat spray, and it's real honey. And you spray it in the back of your throat, and it makes you sound like this.
Okay, let's do it.
Try.
I start singing. Don't kill me, buddy. I'm gonna be addicted.
you
You're gonna see me in like. You're gonna
you
hear
sound-
from the word of the street.
if you sound like
Khaled
Mickey
Rahime's
Mouse.
fucking addicted to. I think I sound fucking nasally sometimes, man. Too,
Yeah.
so I
If
can't
you sound like
anymore.
Mickey Mouse when you get back on, you'll know that it's the vocalese that fucked everything up.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Oh
Khara?
no, I don't.
What did it remind you of?
I know what it smells like. Not sure what it tastes like.
Okay, we'll just
Fucking that sour.
delete that last 30 seconds.
Remember that sour candy as a kid you'd spray on the back of your throat?
Oh, yeah.
From like dollar store, $2,
Yeah.
and your mom would be like, "You don't need that."
Don't ever talk shit about vocalese. This is
If
the
I could
reason.
sing like Sam
This is the
Smith right
reason
now.
we're even on. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. You're a little much for me. You're a liability. You're a little much for me. So I ask for much, baby love. Baby, you'll see. You're a liability. And get you, I'll make you leave. I'm a little much for it. Everyone. And you're gonna watch me disappear into the sun. You're gonna watch me disappear into the sun. See, like when I'm on the spot, I feel like I can't. I can't
don't do that. Don't do
can't,
that.
see?
What are you talking
Seriously, see, to me, I'm like,
about? That was dope. That was
was
dope. What do you
okay.
mean, man?
It was
Sitting
okay.
down. You're not even standing up. It's not even the right posture. That
No.
sounded awesome.
Thank you.
Did
I
it sound good
appreciate
to you? Yeah, man.
It sounds okay.
Yeah. It sounded awesome because I have the headphones on. So it's
I owe it to the
vocalese. We're back on the vocalese. Let's not forget.
If
$24.99.
If next time I come
I
to
think
this,
Aaron threw this in for me.
if next time
Free
I
shit.
come to this podcast, then you're not sponsored by Vocalese.
Right?
I'm writing them a letter.
Sim vocalese. Never again we're using it.
I'm
No,
writing
just
them a
kidding.
fucking letter myself.
I don't
like an
care.
angry
I
letter
like it.
I wrote to the radio.
Right?
today.
You're gonna be my email guy from now on.
100%.
I heard it worked
My
for you.
vocabulary isn't like the best.
Yeah.
You'll be the first one I contact with.
No.
I'm like, yo, fucking
I have to
work.
proof it first. I can't just let you send shit out on my behalf.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
We sprayed it.
I'm
We
like,
didn't
by
like
the
it.
way, if you want to sponsor my next show.
You know what I do need from you is
What?
maybe an intro to the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm
I don't know
Khaled
if
like Khaled Rahime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something chill.
No. Not an introduction of you, man. Introduction to my podcast.
Oh, like a singing
like
one?
music.
Oh my god.
Like an intro. It doesn't have to be. It could be like an acoustic intro. I got somebody working on that actually. I got a few examples sent that were pretty cool. But but we could do. I'm gonna use that as the intro. What you saying, right? We'll get Chris to do that. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that sounded cool, man.
Give me a day or two, I'll come up with something.
And this is not even your mic. This is not even. No, I was just kidding. Don't worry about that. But this is not even like your studio, your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You killed that.
Thank you.
I
thought it was like kind of, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I enjoyed it because I was hooked
to
up
me?
with headphones, and so was he. That's why he put them on.
Thank
So
you.
it sounded really cool and to put you on the spot like that, I can't believe you actually killed it. I'm like, I'm about to ruin this guy's career, but it didn't. It didn't do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, don't underestimate. Hey,
December 15th, I
December
will be
15th.
there.
Yeah.
What time are you on?
I'm headlining, so probably 12 a.m.
Oh,
Excuse me.
wow. This is like
It's a Saturday.
yeah, that's true. So it starts at 9:00, probably.
9 o'clock,
9 o'clock.
9:30 by the time we
Okay.
start. It'll probably be a bit sooner,
Yeah.
but I mean,
And it ends at, or you start at 12, probably over.
it'll probably
at
my
about-
set's probably gonna be about 40 minutes, half hour,
Okay.
40 minutes.
So by 1:00,
1 o'clock,
you've
everyone's
missed
gonna
you.
be
Yeah, you're too late. You're part of
Yeah.
the party, but
people are gonna
you're
be fuzzy eyed and
yeah. Do you drink a lot?
Drink?
Yeah.
No.
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 You don't drink, or you
No.
drink very rarely?
Rarely.
Rarely. And is that because of a voice thing? Is that because of just you never were?
That's because of work.
Yeah?
I work a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
it's just you just want to be on your A game throughout the day, even on weekends.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, December 15th, during your show, you're working.
Yeah.
You're
100%.
working. You have to be even
I can't.
more
There's
in the
no way I
moment
can
than-
like drink during a show.
Really?
No.
Yeah. See, I
Not
can
no
smoke
more.
weed and paint.
Can you?
Yeah.
See,
But
man,
that's
I miss.
different.
I literally miss smoking
That's
weed.
different. I make a mistake while I'm painting, and I spill all that shit on my pants or my shirt. Nobody's around to laugh at me. You know what I mean? I make mistakes, but with you can't really be that way because your performance is right there, and then you're displaying that.
I'll never forget opening for Nelly, and I was like a little buzzed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I smoked a bit of weed.
Yeah.
And it
Does
probably
Nelly
had
smoke?
like tequila at the time. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Way nicer than I thought.
Okay.
And I tripped.
You
on
tripped
stage.
like on a wire, or you tripped?
No, not greened out. I tripped.
Okay.
Like
you
I
tripped on something.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I caught myself. It was cool.
This is with you going
This is
on
me
stage?
on stage
Ooh.
during my set. Because
Everybody's
I had
had
dancers
that.
and everything, right? But I tripped, but it was like I caught myself type of thing.
Yeah.
But it was still, if I wasn't, I knew I wouldn't have tripped because there's no wires around. It was literally
But
on my
everybody's
feet.
had that though.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, I knew
Justin
why
Bieber
I
went
tripped.
right to the floor, man.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
When he was
But he
walking
also
on
has
stage,
like,
zoop.
20,000 people screaming and lights flashing in his face, so it's okay.
Yeah. What do you mean that's okay? That's just more pressure.
It's okay. Mine's like a flat stage, like as
What?
big as this,
Because you had some family members. You think it was just a horrible experience compared to Justin?
No, it was just me promising myself to never fuck up like that again.
You mean Justin gets up from falling and he
And
still
the ladies are
he still
screaming,
has
they're
80
like-
million followers?
They're
Like, doesn't matter.
His followers go up, and the next day the headlines
love
are
how
like
he took
Justin
a
Bieber's
nosedive.
supernatural magic powers.
Yeah.
Me, they're like, do you see that brown kid like fall on stage?
Poor brown kid.
Right.
Poor guy. Have
I
you
think his name was like Khaled or something,
K-Light Salad? Is that what you
Salad,
said? You
yeah.
want people to call you?
right?
Because they would never remember Khaled from what was the other one?
Khaled like salad. Khaled.
Khaled. So
I
they
got Kahel once.
Kahel.
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 A substitute teacher, grade 9. That bitch.
But that goes good with your nickname,
Kahel.
Killer Kahel. You
Oh
ever
my
thought about
god,
that?
that reminds me of the nicknames my manager, who I was signed with, tried to give me.
He's not your manager anymore.
No,
Oh, don't do it.
for good reasons.
Yeah.
His name,
Okay.
he named me like Kahil. He's like, we should name you Kahil, and I was like, bro.
I feel like your manager needs to know your name for sure.
Right.
That's the only way.
yeah,
that'll
no, he
work
knew
out.
my name, but he was like,
But I mean,
this
he has to
persona
be
was
the
trying to
one
give me.
guy
Yeah.
that's not fucking up your name.
Holy fuck! I remember I was sitting there like in the office. He's like, like imagine you come out the smoke and then to the stage Kahil, and I was like, and then this other name he gave me, and I remember thinking like, bro, that literally sounds like a rapper. People are gonna expect this rapper to come out. I'm gonna come out in like a mesh t-shirt and like skinny jeans, singing these love songs.
Yeah.
People are gonna be, what the fuck is?
Hey, some of the
Fuck,
best
Kahil was it-
rappers wrote their music in minutes. Tupac
You
went
know?
to the bathroom and came out and he had
He's genius.
yeah. But I mean, when you said that sitting in your car part and writing that song Leo in what 5 minutes, that reminded me of the Tupac visit to the bathroom where he came out and the brother had written a song.
Right. You know what's funny? Speaking of like being in a car and writing songs, so I quit smoking weed. Okay.
You quit smoking weed
I quit
recently?
Yeah. It's been like 2 years.
So you haven't smoked weed in 2 years?
No, I've had the rare.
Yeah, the rare,
In
yeah.
Montreal, I had like a puff, and then I went
Because
to
of how much work you're putting in.
No, just because it gives me anxiety.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never had anxiety in my life.
Some people get anxiety, and it happens later on.
Exactly.
So,
I was one of those people.
right?
I've never in my life got anxiety. One day I was at work.
Yeah,
And
he's like.
you too. One day I got anxiety at work. I got rushed in the ambulance.
Oh, so it was like
It
heavy
wasn't from
anxiety.
weed. It wasn't from weed. The night before I was blazing. But then after that day of getting anxiety, I thought I was having a heart attack. I was so dramatic. I was like, call the ambulance. Like, they took me in an ambulance from work. They're like, you're fine. We did tests and shit. And then ever since then if I ever blazed, I'm like, my heart's stopping. I can't feel my heart. It's just so dramatic.
You're not sure which joint's going to kill
100%.
you. 100%.
So then I got, beside my shop, there's a place called Green Society. So I walked in.
Yeah.
And you go into this room. And it's a actual physician, I guess, or whatever they are, and you FaceTime them in this room, and they'll tell you like, you know, what do you feel? What is this? What do you want weed for? Blah, blah, blah. So I told her, you know, like I get anxiety. She goes, okay, well, let's try CBD. And I was like, okay, are you sure it's not going to give me like anxiety or whatever? She's like, no, like I promise you, it's like what they give, you know, cancer patients to like heal the pain, and it's just super chill and all this jazz. I was like, okay, let's do it. I grabbed some.
Is it taken like as a liquid? Is it?
Yeah,
is
it's
it
in a little
edible?
pill.
It's
Little
a pill.
pill. A lot of people take it. A lot of people.
But it's
not weed.
It's in a pill form.
Yeah, but there's no THC.
Okay.
So I take this. 3 hours later, or about 2 hours later, we're in my house. I'm like, yo, Popeye's open. I'm craving Popeyes. Let's go to Popeyes. So me, my friend Corey, and my best friend Brenna, we go. Mm-hmm. We drive. As we're driving there, when I tell you I couldn't feel my hands and my feet, I couldn't feel them. I was like, yo, it hit me. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I call my friend who like got the pills with me, the CBD from this lady. Yeah. I'm like, yo, have you taken these pills? And she's like, yeah, like I feel fine. I'm on them right now. Me and Tony, I was like, yo, I can't feel my arm. She's like, okay, you're tripping. Like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm like, no, man, I can't feel my, like I was getting paranoid. We get to Popeyes 10 minutes before they close. I tell my best friend, Brenna, I'm like, go get me a number 7, like with extra mayonnaise on the side. Like I can't go in.
Of course, that's what you do when you feel anxiety.
100%. Like go get me because I wanted Popeyes. There's no way this anxiety is going to stop me from getting my Popeyes.
Good choice, by the way, Popeyes.
100%.
Shout out to Popeyes.
If you want to sponsor it. Yeah.
No way, Popeyes. Can't do it.
No?
Won't do it.
Popeyes.
I don't like Popeyes.
I like the chicken strips. That's all I get, and the fries.
Yeah?
Yeah. 100%.
You know, I've been to Popeyes once and it was by accident. My whole life.
I lived in Toronto.
Maybe I should give them a shot.
You should.
Yeah, in Toronto, they're all over the place.
Toronto was next to my work. Yeah. $5 hustling. You know, that was your food for the day.
Oh, you like it because it's cheap.
You don't live in like a hustle.
I got you now. So what happens?
If I'm feeling bougie, I go to like Wendy's or McDonald's.
Oh, you know? That's when you're
simple.
That's when you got paid.
Right.
Okay, so what happened? So
that tax check comes in.
So when you got to Popeyes,
I was tripping. So my friends went in.
Yeah.
And I wrote my single, "Freak Your Body," literally in that car in 10 minutes.
How'd you do it?
Your fingers weren't working. Anonymous. I played the beat. I'm telling you, music just gets rid of my anxiety. I played the beat over and over and over again. I took out my voice notes. I probably have my voice notes somewhere in my like old phone.
Play
100%. They came back and I was like, calm. And my friend's like, are you fucking joking? You like made us go in, and they kept calling me like, yo, they're closing in 5 minutes. Like, so what do you want? And I was like, just anything. I'm tripping right now. You know, number 7. So she came back and she's like, thought I was fucking around, right? Yeah. She's like, you're so fucking dramatic.
Yeah.
Brenna, I promise you.
So all that shit that you're going through in the car and that phone call you made, you wrote a song and it just took everything. You played the beat and it was just...
Literally, I was calm. I 100% did not have one word to that song, and it was the first song I put out on my album. Even my producer looked at me after we recorded it.
And you quit.
Weed?
The CBD.
I can't do it, man. I'm telling you, in Montreal.
Not even CBD?
No.
Because of
that. I was like, fuck, I don't need it. Now
so
I'm like,
either way you go about it, you're getting anxiety. And
I think it's just in my head. Like when I tell you I took a tiny puff.
Which is the same shit.
Yeah.
If it's in your head, it's in your head.
Though I'm going to admit, when I went to Montreal and we were like out and about, I had a few hits of a joint or a blunt. I was calm because I think I was in the zone and we were like on the go and with a group of people, so I didn't think too much.
Yeah.
I took one puff from my friend's dinner and I was like, I'm going to go to the Airbnb. I need to stop at Shoppers to get body wash. So I walked to Shoppers. I was in Shoppers. I was so high off this one fucking hit that
What'd you end up buying at Shoppers?
Dude. I see 20
sunglasses.
I see 20,
and out to the parking lot.
I see 20 times the points on the sign, and I'm like, fucking Lebanese, right? So I love that shit. So I'm like, I get a roll of toilet paper, body wash, some face cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, like all these things you'd get for your house. And I was like, wondering why people are staring at me because my eyes are so red, right? I feel like everyone was staring. Then I realized, I go to the till and I'm looking outside that I'm in Montreal. Like I'm not even in Edmonton, but I'm grabbing all this shit for the house, right?
I'd like the name of that person that you got that joint from. Right. Just to forget what city you're in. No, man, to forget what city you're in.
No, but I mean, I was just so in my zone in this Shoppers because all the Shoppers look alike. You know what I'm saying?
You're in the zone at Shoppers?
Hell yeah.
If you can be in the zone at Shoppers, you can be in the zone anywhere.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for December 15th.
You don't go shopping.
How many plugs have we given December 15th? You guys better be there. December 15th.
Plugs.
Plugs. No, I can't wait. That's so that was the last time?
Last time.
Last
Last
time.
and only time.
Because you tried.
It's weird. Even now when I smell the smell, I don't like it.
It started doing what it was doing to you. You tried CBD. That gave you the same anxiety. You
I
even
couldn't
tried
feel
to
my
jump
fucking
back
body
in.
on CBD.
Yeah. And you tried to jump back into it in a little group session, and you had that trip at Shoppers, and you're like, you know what?
There's
it's
no
time
way.
to call a spade a spade. It's just not working out
100%.
for me. Okay.
I told my friends, I'm like, and they know this because it was like, blaze. I'm like, no, man, I don't want any. I said, the day I fucking win a Grammy, I will blaze the fattest joint.
Oh, 100%.
But it has to be in private somewhere where there's like a fucking, EMS somewhere. Just in
Oh,
case.
yeah, just in case.
Legit, I tell everyone.
Let's go do it in the hospital parking
Right.
lot.
My best friend Brenna too. She will not touch weed. The first time I met her, St. Patty's Day, she was having a puff of a joint.
Yeah.
Super innocent girl.
Yeah.
Faints right in front of me.
Right?
Me and my Lebanese friend had to like put her on our back.
But you
downtown.
but weed literally kills 0 people. Zero
I know,
people
kills
have
0
died.
people. I know, 100%.
You
That's what I mean. And
but
it's
it's just the way they feel, or the anxiety kicks in.
I mean, she was drinking St. Patty's Day.
Okay, see, that's not fair.
So imagine, white girl passes out
That's not
right on Jasper Ave,
Yeah.
109, in front of
Yeah.
my building. Me and another Lebanese guy carry this white girl on our back.
So it looked like a kidnapping in progress.
100% people were staring because she's on her back, and we're like dragging her into my building. Like, they're like, what are these two brown guys like?
Did anybody
harassing
stop
this
you?
girl? No, but there are people staring for sure. Jasper and 109, everyone was staring. And St. Patty's Day, it's so busy, She literally looked at me and just fainted. And I never even knew this girl. She wasn't even my friend at the time. It's the first time I actually, second time I ever met her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Shit happens.
So, I mean, joy of weed, right?
But that's good
Fucks you
that you came to that realization,
Yeah.
I almost feel like, I hope, I wish weed would fuck me up just so I would, just kick it. Just be like, I don't like it. But it's still in that zone where I can still smoke and work out and smoke and paint and smoke and do this. I had one before the show. So
Trust me.
I don't feel that yet, but there are moments where, especially if you change up the product, you do get dizzy, you do get lightheaded, you get anxiety. My heart starts racing. So, but you know what? Recently, not more than a month ago, I thought about dropping it. Just a refresher. It's nice to be ultra focused, and I'm doing that intermittent fasting, which focuses me even more. I feel at certain tasks, so I just wanted to push it a little further and just drop it. So I think I will. But
Yeah, I know sometimes they say when people drop it, it's
especially with this
you
podcast,
might get anxiety.
everybody's stopping by and has stuff on them, Yeah, but you might get anxiety. You're right.
Yeah.
But I find
I think
that
that's probably
happens
what
with
happened to
girls.
me, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens with what?
The girls.
Yeah.
I find more girls I know.
Yeah.
If they smoke, they
Actually,
get.
yeah,
It's
I
not,
know
it's
a
not
lot
so
of
much
girls
the
too.
guys. Very few guys are like, this guy, he smokes and can't drive or doesn't really want to. But most of the time,
Good thing the
I
camera's
find
not
girls.
on him, hey?
Yeah, good thing.
He's like
no one will
anonymous.
ever know. He's anonymous. That's right. Anonymous. Another
everyone
plug.
knows I like
Another
was a
plug.
pothead.
Anonymous. Right?
It's all about the plugs.
Yeah, you did that shit on purpose. That's okay.
100%.
You got a salon, December 15th. Anonymous, the show,
Yeah.
at formerly known
As the Needle.
as the Needle
Now it's called Station on Jasper.
Station on Jasper,
And my song drops October 19.
which is
It's called Scars.
Scars.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite one up to date that I've made.
And if you wanna see Khaled, you should stop by at on White Ave and 101.
101.
That's where your shop is.
Yep.
And is it a big salon?
2,500 square feet.
That's pretty big.
It's
On
big.
White Ave.
Yeah.
Because most
I don't
places on
utilize
White
the
Ave-
whole space. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a great space for White Ave. It's an older building,
Yeah.
but the aesthetic inside is nice. It's super chill.
Yeah.
Super busy. It became like a neighborhood. Sounds so cheesy, but it came like a fucking neighborhood spot. Like
Like
a lot of people in
neighborhood
the
clients you have.
yeah.
Okay. But that's
Everyone on White Ave is so cool though. I
That's
didn't
the
want
best-
anything.
exactly, I
I
was
didn't
just
want
gonna say
anything
that.
north side. Like I thought about it. There was no way I was doing north side. Like I love the community, but there was no way I was gonna do it north side.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to bump into somebody that's not so familiar with you. You know what I
know?
mean?
Talk about real stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff
like,
that isn't like so taboo to people and like
and sometimes it's not a you're not trying to disrespect anybody from your community, but there's a reason some of us don't want to live in Castle Downs. Not because it's a bad place to live.
100%.
Because I just don't want to go to the supermarket and bump into 10 people I know.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, especially with me, that's a conversation. And sometimes you're just not,
Same here.
you know, in that mood, but you're almost obligated to, you know, out of respect. That's how we were brought up. But
100%.
I find not being on the north side, if you spent a little bit of time on the south side, there's less of that. So you're just doing you.
Yeah.
No matter where
I'm
you go.
downtown, so
But
I'm like,
here you're on the north side. It's different. And I lived
100%.
downtown. Downtown was pretty much the same idea. You could pretty much go anywhere and not really
know anyone. If you go out at nighttime, you're gonna bump into people in like the nightlife.
Yeah, it's not
But
bad
it's
to
cool
bump into
people,
people, but
exactly.
hey, that's why
That's the right time to bump into people.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
got
you're
weddings, funerals. We got, you know, we
Yeah.
see each other quite a bit.
100%.
So just all that.
I
extra
love
stuff.
Castle Downs. That's my like the hood for me.
Oh,
like that's
buddy.
my home.
How many bike rides through Castle Downs throughout the years?
Buddy, how many beatings did I get for
my
showing
tires
up?
out? Hey,
How many beatings showing up at like 10 at night? Your mom was like, "Where the fuck were you?"
sneaking into the side window of your house.
Oh yeah. Like,
That
why
was
is there
horrible.
snow prints in the garage?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't know. My eyes are like red as hell. You know, like, why are your eyes so red? The grass. It's winter. Like, you know.
That's why I use the side window of the house that leads to the basement.
Oh my god, mine was mine was the garage.
Yeah, see, the garage is obvious because you
Yeah.
have to hit that button or open at that door,
The side door.
and then you got a second
Or
door
you'd
into the house.
be so baked that you forget to lock it. So then, you know, when your dad leaves,
Not only have you
the
come
door would
late,
be
but
swung open.
you didn't even lock the door.
Yeah. And they're like, "What if someone's breaking in? Is it any of you guys?" You're like, "I don't know. Ask Bilal or Hamoudi." Like,
Yeah.
my older brother.
Yeah.
So sorry if you're watching this. You probably got
Yeah.
blamed for a lot of it. You know.
Right? That's son of a gun. I used to, like I said, use the side window, the basement window to the house until I got to about 16, 17, because then I got bigger and I wouldn't fit in the window. So everything in me would just get scraped, like going down inside of it. Just your shirt or whatever, you'd ruin anything you had on. So it just became between ruining my wardrobe or just being straight up with my parents, like, I'm just gonna come home late from now on or whatever. But a very open-minded parents, very understanding. And
Same with mine. By like 17, 18, they didn't really care. They stopped calling. Like, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
You know.
But you know what I was going to tell you about when you mentioned your parents are very supportive now and of everything that you're doing, and they weren't really at the beginning. I think at the end of the day, not just because you've gone so much further in your music career than you had when you first started, but I think when they see you happy, and no matter what you've chosen, all parents are like that. My parents as well.
Yeah.
Art's not something that, you know, tattooing and you know, all the things that I'm into now, that's not generally what, you know, we grew up, you know, being told we should try or be or go after.
Yeah.
But when they start seeing how happy you are as a person in your particular field of choice or whatever career you decide to go with, when they start seeing you happy, I think they just naturally, as your parents, see you happy and want more of that and want to support you. So honestly, you could have chosen anything. The fact that you're good at it is just a bonus. So I don't think it has anything to do with how big your shows are getting or who you're opening up for. I think if you're doing this and you're still doing it out of your basement, happy, and you had a little studio, they would just see how happy you are. And as long as that's going on, whether you make it or you don't, or how far you go, is, it's irrelevant. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Of course it is, right? I agree.
Right? It
100%.
just seems like they just want you to be happy. That's
course.
pretty much it.
As long
You
as you're
seem
not like
like
slanging drugs and doing
Yeah,
some
you
fucked
you
up
seem
shit,
like
then
a
you're
happy
good.
person. You seem like you got your head on straight, and more
I am.
importantly, you feel like it feels like to me, at least having just met you, that you are after your goals, which is awesome to see. And I'm a little bit late joining the Khaled train, but I think after December 15th, I'm gonna download your album because I heard it through Eddie and it was bumping. It sounded great. What you did for us here sounded great. So I don't know how everybody else is gonna hear it, but on the
right,
on
I'm
the
like, hopefully
headphones,
you guys can like adjust that audio.
yeah, give me a little spin, a little beat with that. No, it sounded great.
Thank you, man. I
So
appreciate
you're truly talented, and I thought putting you on the spot might either be disastrous or might be great, but you sounded awesome.
Kind of shady.
Right? A happy birthday.
Thank you,
Before
man.
we forget,
Thank you very much.
Umr Tawil, as we say.
Thank you. I
I don't know where you're celebrating it, but I hope you have a good time. And
Thai
we'll,
restaurant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll leave that
Thai
for
food.
friends and family for now.
Yeah, 100.
I don't know you that well. Let's do a few podcasts and then maybe
Done.
run into you on your birthday.
Right.
But I'd love to have you back.
Anytime.
December 15th. Next time I'm on White Ave, I'm gonna think of Anonymous and check you out.
100%, man.
You want to carry us out with a little melody? We'll just black it out. Carry us out with something.
I didn't even know, man.
I'm fucking done. Carry us out with something.
Oh my god.
Actually, I want to hear it on the. Yeah, okay.
Well, what singers do you like? You gotta like give me something.
You know who I like, but it's a female, so you're obviously gonna do a male version of it. What's her name that sings that song? Not Killing Me Softly. Is it not?
Lauryn Hill.
Not Lauryn Hill. Who's that one that does the acoustic version of?
Acoustic version.
What's?
I don't know. Who? What does she look like?
Do you do any Andrea Bocelli, anything like that? No. Right? That's a whole different.
I don't even know who that is. I know the name.
Opera singer. He's a classic. Does a lot of duets with Celine Dion. Did one with
I think
Ed Sheeran.
Our musical.
Maybe do a little Ed Sheeran. What do you mean musical?
Oh my god! Out of all the people you could think of, Ed Sheeran.
Of all the people, okay. I like all kinds of music, but if I had to pick one,
see, like that's where I get indecisive. I'm like, fuck, what can I sing?
Okay, give me a little Lauryn Hill, but obviously, your version of it.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Okay. Strumming my pain with your fingers. Killing. Wait, see, I don't even know it.
That
Singing
sound.
my life with his words. Killing me softly with a song. Killing me softly with a song. Telling my whole life with the words. Killing me softly with a word.
Dope.
That was so bad.
That was dope.
I had a mind for it.
I enjoyed that. Thanks, my man.
Thank you,
Can't
man.
wait to have you back, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, that was fucking awesome. Buddy, the whole podcast should have been me asking you to sing certain shit because it sounded dope.